Who are we here with today?
Barely human, bitch.
Neopunk FM.
Where are we at?
We're at Sick New World.
What do you think about the phenomenon of nostalgia? Like, how has it played part in your life? How do you think it plays a part in your music, the people around you? What are your thoughts on nostalgia?
It's something that people always like want to chase after because, you know, it's like a feeling and like, I don't know, it's just really fun. And then when you grow up, sometimes you like want to do things that you couldn't do when you were a kid and, you know, just live your life. And I feel like, I don't know, that's what I would do with my music because I know a lot of like old music that I really like take inspo from. So yeah, and I feel like it's like making a comeback, like, and all, there's like a bunch of different lanes that are doing it too, not just like my little like scene thing, but also like some other aspects, like even rap too, which is crazy. Like Sexy Red, I feel like she's bringing back like the Gucci Mane thing and like all that. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of things are just kind of like coming back into style, and it's really fun to see.
Do you think our culture will eventually move past the 90s and the 2000s?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they're just gonna keep innovating because like nothing is really new. So I think people are just gonna keep like being inspired by stuff, and then they're gonna try to make something a little different, and then it's gonna keep going. But then, you know, like later they're gonna be like, oh, like that bitch was eating it in the like 2000 like 20 years whatever, and then that's like the new 2000s. And I think it's just gonna keep going like that, pretty much the vibe, until we're all robots.
What do you think the future of music is going to look like?
I'm gonna be so real, I have no clue. Like, I feel like shit has just been going like crazy. Like, I never know what's gonna happen next, and I think that maybe there's just gonna be a lot more like regular bitches making music, because it's so easy now to just like, you know, like get on a mic, get on FO Studio, you know, like you could just like, anyone can make music now, and like with TikTok and shit you can literally promote it yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of cool things are gonna happen because like it's so much more easier to access it and stuff. So I think we're gonna see a lot of cool stuff, but it's also gonna be kind of crazy because everyone's gonna be throwing shit at the wall. But, you know, it's going to be exciting.
Are you hopeful for the future?
Oh, definitely. I feel like the future is, like, going to go crazy. Because, I mean, I didn't know I was going to be at Sick New World. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was doing, like, ghetto-ass raves, like, not too long ago. So, me being at Sick New World is kind of crazy. So, definitely the future is going to slay, I think.
It's looking yummy, the future.
Yeah. Yummy. Hashtag yummy.
Would you say you're stressed out about anything?
Oh, well, yes. Probably everything. Like, honestly, I, like, get really stressed out about stuff. But then I think when I'm, like, in the moment, like, for example, like, today, like, I was really nervous to go on stage because I was like, oh, they're going to throw tomatoes at me, like, down. Like, the metalheads are going to be like, bitch, like, get off that stage, twink. But they didn't. So I was like, you know, in the moment, I was just like, you know, shake the hair, do the thing, and then get off stage. And, you know, it was really fun. So, like, I think it's just, you might get nervous and stuff, but once you actually do it, you find out it's really not as bad as you were, like, building it up to be in your head. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes your brain is, like, your biggest, like, what do we call it? Like, your brain be trying to fight you. But then you just go through with it, and then it's not as bad as you thought. So, I think it happens to everyone, but it's just a part of the process, I feel like. And the stress will never go away, but you just have to learn how to, like, cope with it, I guess.
Do you feel the same way about, like, the general anxieties of your life, like, outside of like, the music, just, like, the day-to-day kind of the stuff about it?
Yeah, there's definitely, like, other things that factor into it, like, just life stuff that happens. But, yeah, I feel like, for me, music is, like, a lot more stressful than my normal life. Like, whenever I'm, like, doing music stuff, it's, like, really kind of crazy and, like, always changing. And then, like, life is like that as well, but, like, I don't know, it feels, like, less crazy because then I get to, like, go into do my normal thing, and, like, it's not as intense feeling because it's, like, I don't know. That's kind of a really good question, though. But, yeah, I feel like the music stuff is, like, really crazy. So it makes my like normal life feel a little bit more like chill.
Would you say the world has gotten better or worse since you were a kid?
Definitely better. I mean, there's still gonna be like some things that are like crazy and wrong and like need to be fixed, but I think it's like we're definitely working something like it's getting better, honestly, because back then, like just looking at like old like Warped Tour and stuff, and like people like me would be like hated on bad, like people would be like booing, like throwing stuff, like I don't know, I feel like it was like crazy. And I mean, I just performed, nothing happened, like, so I feel like there's definitely something like happening, just like using that as an example. But yeah, there's still some things that need to be fixed, but I think it's getting better.
Would you rather have been born in any other year? You know how like people say I was like born in the wrong generation, stuff like that?
Yeah. No, I want to be born like when I was born, because then I wouldn't be like this bitch. Like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be way different if I was like born in like 2000s, because then like definitely would be a lot harder, I feel like. And like, I don't know, I just like, I accept that I was born in this era, and we can always bring it back, so that's what we're trying to do.
I was thinking about the same thing the other day, and I felt the same way. I was like, I don't want to live without Uber Eats. Like, it would be too much for me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Bitch, Postmates down, DoorDash, like, no, we can't go back to that. Yeah, it would be crazy out here. But yeah, definitely love this era. Love me like some Burger King on DoorDash, so clock that.
Do you think people will care about genres or labels for music like that in the future?
I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like they're always going to be trying to put stuff in a box, and then they're going to like be like, oh, this is like a new thing, and then, but it's all kind of like the same thing. Because I feel like hyperpop kind of just became nothing, you know what I mean? Because everyone's like, oh, this is hyperpop, this is hyperpop, and it's like, well, what's hyperpop?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like they're always going to do that, and then it's always just going to become something else. So, but I'm here for it. I think it's funny.
Internet famous. The thought behind that. What was it?
Internet famous was kind of like my ode to just like, I don't know, I really wanted to like, I've always wanted to live like the like paparazzi life, and like the glitz and the glamour, like serve Paris Hilton vibes. And I feel like I was like going through like a lot of songs that just kind of like inspired me like that, and like like some bangers and stuff that just like make you feel confident and stuff, and make you feel like you're like that bitch. My music specifically, like a lot of it just got popular through the internet, and like I think a lot like of my success is literally just from the internet. So I wanted to like pay ode to it, just be like, well, yeah, it's like stand on business, like internet famous, exactly what it is. Can't like get around that. We love the internet though.
When it comes to your experience on the internet and kind of navigating, okay, like doing like a rave here, like doing performance there, and like getting known, how has that been for you? Like, what are your favorite parts about it? What are the parts that you didn't like about having to go through all of that? What was that like?
Like the early shows and stuff, or like,
yeah, like as you were finding like your community through the internet, and then having to make that transition into reality, like what was stuff that you liked about it, and what was stuff that you didn't like about it from like very early on to
okay. Yeah, I mean, the first couple shows I did were like they were fun, but it was also like I didn't really know like what I was doing yet, and it was like kind of had to learn like how to perform and how to interact with people, and like how to get people to like jump, and like how to put on a show pretty much. And also like look wise, like way back then, ooh no, it was bad. I was looking crazy. But yeah, I just had to learn how to like perform, and then like also just like how to look correct, because I was looking a little busted, like I hopped out of a trash can and then went on the stage, and they were like, ooh. But yeah, I think a lot of the shows too is like I was doing every show I could get. So back then I didn't really care. Like I didn't get paid for shit. Like I was just doing show just because I wanted to like really practice, and like the only way to like figure out how to do it is just do a lot of them. So I was just doing shows like crazy, like raves, like anything that someone would book me, I'll just do it. And yeah, slowly I started to like actually make money from it. And then once I started to like build like a real like audience that would come and see me in real life, like I already had like experience performing by then. So I feel like it really helped. So yeah, I feel like if you're like just starting, maybe just try to do any show you can. Like just go for it, and the more you do, the better you'll get. So that's what I would say.
Was it easy finding people in your local community to support you, or was it mostly...
Ooh. No. There was like no shows in Texas, like, or at least like no one wanted me to be at them. So I was like always going to LA. I was always going to San Francisco, to New York, to like Atlanta, weirdly. Atlanta eats. But yeah, mostly LA and San Francisco. I don't know. I always used to like, I remember I used to spend all my money to like fly there, and then I would like do the show, and then I would like get paid like $50 or something, and then I'd lose like $400 like going there and shit. So it was definitely like worth it, because now like obviously I don't do that, but you know, you gotta like start somewhere. So that's just the team.
Do you have any last kind of like uplifting positive words to, you know, a lot of these kids out here? We'll meet a lot of kids and they'll ask us, you know, like, oh, like how do you do the YouTube channel? How do you do this? Or like even how do you find people that share your same interests? So do you have any words to share on that?
Yes. I would say just try to like be yourself, even if it's hard. You know, sometimes it's really hard. People are judgmental. But as long as you know like you're feeling good, then like fuck what everyone else thinks. And also if you're trying to like do something like, I don't know, like start a YouTube channel or like make music, I would just say go on YouTube. Like low-key, you can YouTube anything, like YouTube University, like graduated from that myself, thank you. But yeah, if you want to like do anything, just like start now. Like I know a lot of people, they like want to start something but they never actually start it, and I'm like, just do it. Like you have to start it. Like the quicker you start, the better you'll start getting in like a month from now or like 2 months. And like the people will just like come from that. Like if you're just doing what you love, then you'll start meeting people that do the same thing. And then, you know, I also think the internet helps a lot with that. Like if you have an Instagram or something, you can obviously like make mutuals with people, find communities, and like truly like you're never alone. So you could always find some people. And yeah, I would say just start that shit right now. If you want to make music, start a YouTube channel, do it. Like, what's stopping you?
Neopunk FM.